So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Struggling today, man. It was a long weekend.
Yeah.
Um, it was fun though. I don't know what exactly you did this weekend, but I know what I did this weekend. I wasn't home very much.
Yeah. I was out. Well, not like out. I was like delivering stuff.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, Glory didn't go to any shows this weekend, but I went to 3.
Tell us about the
back
shows.
to back to back. So Thursday, I saw Heart Attack Man and Covey and
Annie.
Arm's Length and Bloodroot.
All of those on the same lineup?
Yes.
Woof, I didn't realize it was a
Yeah.
how many bands is that? Like 5
It was 4.
Five,
Yeah, it was
4?
It was 4.
Sweet.
And over at like 10:30. It was great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that. They saw our tweet.
Yeah, they were like this, like bang, 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 like got off stage. Next one was set up and ready in like 15 minutes. I was like, this is great. It was pretty cool. I didn't like get to chill in the pit or anything. I was back in the ADA section, which there like wasn't an ADA section in this venue. It was weird. We just got stuck in some booth in the corner of the venue, but like it was comfy.
That's good.
Like,
were you able to hear
great.
Well?
Yeah, you can hear just fine. Like, and had perfect sight lines and a TV right here if there were people standing in your way, because it was like in the 21 plus section, so it was like the bar area that we were in. So if there were people standing in our way, you could just look at the TV and see just fine.
That's cool that they had a stream of it.
Yeah, so that was cool. The Heart Attack Man was very good live. When I saw the set list was 17 songs, I was like, oh boy, by like song 10, I'm going to be like, all right, can we wrap this up already? Like, even when I'm like seeing my favorite artists, I'm like, okay, like, let's start to pick
10
this
songs.
up. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Like, let's go. But like, no, kept it going the whole time.
Wait, with those 17 songs, did he play Moths in a Lampshade?
I don't think so.
God.
But he did play the whole EP.
I
He did play the whole EP, though.
Eric EP banged, but I could not care less. I need Moths in a Lampshade live.
I do not think so. So yeah, that was cool. Very good show. Good. It's very upsetting you didn't come to Virginia, Glory.
Yeah, I was, and it ended. So it's like there's no chance of being like, hey, surprise Virginia show.
Oh yeah, because out of all of the possible cities to go to and have a surprise show, it's gonna be Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, not even Richmond. Give me Norfolk. I don't want to. I mean, Tammy, I love you, but I don't want to drive an hour and a half.
Yeah, let's just have Heart Attack Man play a 2,000 cat venue real quick.
Yeah, just real quick. You can fill that up easy.
Yeah, no worries. And then Friday, I made the very wise decision to drive to New York, Huntington, New York, specifically to the Paramount. So that's like Long Island area, to see the Trinity of Terror tour.
You should have seen Jackson while you were up there.
Jackson lives in Massachusetts.
Who lives in Rhode Island?
This was Long Island.
Long Island. Wait. Whoa. Wait, no. Who lives in Long Island? Somebody lives in. That's like Oolong, right?
Maybe. I wasn't in Long Island. I was north of Long Island. Like, it's all kind of like the same surrounding area, but the actual like Long Island is further down. It's like, yeah. So I was in Huntington, which was like rich people area, I think, based on like the houses I drove by. Although I could be wrong. I've been there once and only plan on going there once. It took me 5 hours to get there. That was really, really cool. I thought my back was going to be dead before I even stood like in the venue, because God, it was pain. Because like, okay, so I drove the hour from my house to Kmart, because Kmart was closing on Saturday. So I went to Kmart on the way. Did my thing at Kmart, took way too long, wasn't anticipating that long of a sidetrack. And then I hopped on the shit to get to New York. 60 miles, took me 3 hours.
Wow.
That was really sick. I was at Kmart probably about 45 minutes, so that was a mistake. So all in all, that trip took me about 5 hours. And then I left thinking that like, oh, you know, the traffic hopefully won't get that bad. I was also caught up with like work stuff in the morning. So I fucking drive there. I'm like, I'm gonna get there before doors, man. I'm gonna get there before doors. I'm gonna meet up with the guy I know on the tour. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so sick.
5:30 rolls around. I'm trying to find parking. I'm in an area I don't know where the fuck I am, and I'm trying to find parking. Finally find parking. Like, well, I haven't eaten really at all today, so I should do that. Find a nice vegan spot. Takes me way too long to get my food. It's 6:30. I'm like, well, fuck, I just missed Lil Azar completely. It's gonna take me a minute to get in the venue. So then I finally get to the venue, and like, I didn't see like venue employees outside directing people, so I just hopped. Like, there were 3 doors open for the metal detector, so I just hopped in the line all the way to the left, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm gonna need my pass to get in, because I was on the guest list or whatever.
You were on guest list for Trinity of Terror.
So I had to go get my shit, and I was like, and then I saw the venue employee, so I was like, I can't hop back in that line. I don't want to get yelled at. So I go all the way back to the back of the line. Caught like, I don't know, the last minute of Lilith's set. It was great.
I'm surprised that there was still like a lot of people in line when Lilith is on. I usually expect everybody's inside by then.
Dude, I was like, most shows you go to, it's like, there's people there for the opener, but there's not a fuck ton of people there for the opener. The place was pretty much full for the opener.
For Lilith?
Yes. Because, like, I got there and lined up in Philly, and we'll get into that in a second. But there were a fuck ton of people there already, and I was like, holy shit, I've never seen, like, a crowd this full for an opener. You know, outside of, like, you know, really big shows where, like, there's 20,000 people there already.
Exactly, yeah.
But for, like, a show like that size, but it also makes sense because then the first band out of the 3 headliners comes on 30 minutes after her. So it's like...
that's good.
You're like, you're just going to go and watch her. Like,
there's no padded time.
Yeah, there's no point in skipping her. If you're going to skip her, you're going to go buy merch kind of thing. So... But yeah, she was great for the minute I saw her. And then Motionless in White played first. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, Motionless in White. They were crazy. Ice Nine Kills was great. Black Veil Bride sounded like shit. That was my Long Island experience. But I mean, the 2 bands, Motionless in White and Ice Nine Kills, they sounded great. And obviously, you've heard all this shit already because I was complaining during Black Veil Bride's set.
You were texting the group chat. I've never texted anybody during a show when the band is on stage.
It sounded so bad.
It's like, how are you not still like, wow, at least I'm here?
I was in awe in how bad it sounded. I don't know what was going on that night, but Black Veil Brides. So, first of all, sold out show. Motionless in White plays first, Ice Nine Kills plays second. It makes sense that more people there are probably fans of them, and it would make sense, like, if you're in the area and you could go to New York or you could go to Philly, you're going to go to New York because they're playing back to back and you can leave after Black Veil Brides. Half the crowd left after Black Veil Brides, and it wasn't to go get merch. They just left. Like, after Ice Nine Kills, they were just gone. There were 1,000 people there.
No,
there were 2,000. There were at least 2,000 people there from the beginning of the night. Ice Nine Kills is done. Floor is like fucking. The back is like clear. There's no one. I was like, that's why when Atticus was like, oh, maybe you just couldn't hear Andy over the our friend Atticus was like, oh, maybe you couldn't hear Andy because of like the roar of the crowd. I'm like, there was no one here.
I was the only one in that room.
And it's like, I've never been to a show that like there was a headliner where there were so many disinterested people in the headliner. It was like the people that stayed outside of the very front were just like, I'm here because I paid for a ticket and possibly paid too much for a ticket if you bought resale.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, drums were too loud, the guitars were too loud, Andy's vocals were too soft, and they kept missing cues, I think.
It was just a bad night for them.
Yeah, it was rough.
Poor guys. Oh, no.
So I caught half their set, and then I went to go wait in the merch line, because I was like, that'll probably take about 30 minutes. And it was perfect because, like, a majority of the merch line, it like the way it was set up, there were 2 hallways to get in that you could see.
The smallest hallways ever.
No. The hallway that the like where the merch was in the merch line, it was really tight. because it was right where the staircase was to come up. So you've got all these people trying to leave and also come upstairs, and then
I've seen that.
There's also the merch line, and it's like, this is a god awful spot to put the merch.
Why would you do this?
So that was there, but the actual like lanes to get into the main floor were so big, and the merch line was right in front of it, where I caught most of their set just outside waiting for merch. It sounded just as bad out in the corridor as well.
Yeah, you weren't too close. That's just how it sounds.
Just sounded like shit no matter what. So I wait in this line and get up. I'm like, bro, I'll take you got any short sleeves? The Trinity Terror tour shirt, because he didn't have them out, and he was like, nah, man. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll take a long sleeve. I won't wear it, but I'll buy it so I don't have to wait for merch.
You don't like long sleeves?
I don't like long sleeves, no.
How do you like hoodies and t-shirts but not long sleeves?
I don't like long sleeves. No particular reason. I just don't like them.
What size did you buy a long sleeve?
I didn't buy a long sleeve.
I thought you said I'd take one, because I was going to say, bro, I'll take that off.
No, I said I would take one, and he goes, okay. I was like, I'll take a large, and he was like, I got smalls and mediums. I was like, all right, that's cool, bye. Because it was that night, the Trinity Terror Tour stuff was with the Ice Nine Kills merch, which is the ugliest merch on the bill.
Oh, it's awful. Well, right after Motionless in White.
No,
the PNG shirt.
They didn't have that shirt though. It doesn't.
They sold that out.
They don't have it.
How did they sell that out?
I don't know.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
They didn't have it at either dates I went to.
I guess it was just so high in demand.
Everybody
just
stock.
wanted the PNG. God, yeah. I just see a box behind you. No, but if you got the long sleeve, I know you didn't, but if you did, bro, I didn't. So I don't even have.
I didn't buy the long sleeve.
Boo.
So I waited in this line, and I did a quick scan over the merch, because like I waited in this line, but like there's nothing I want. Like, this merch is ugly, and the CD DVD combo I was planning to buy is now $60. So I'll go home. Is it signed
by like the entire band, or is it just Spencer?
Probably the entire band, but like I had $60 in cash on me. So I was like,
you weren't dropping all that on me.
I can buy a shirt tomorrow. So I bought a Motionless in White shirt. I said what's up to the guy that got me on the list, and I left because there was no line at the Motionless in White table.
Sorry, no offense to your friend. Just
well, he wasn't running the merch, so it doesn't matter. But it was like there was a line once the show let out. But everyone was waiting in the Ice Nine Kills line because it was in the merch stand, and there was a little sign over it that said merch. So everyone probably thought all the merch was there and didn't do a scan of the full room, because they had each band have its own merch table, and I was like, just put the three bands together. They're headlining. But
exactly.
Okay, whatever. So that was my Long Island experience. Then it took me 3 hours to get home. That was.
What time did you get in?
I got home at 2 a.m.
Oh.
Then the coolest part is, so I get home at 2 a.m. I go to bed almost immediately. I wake up the next morning, like, all right, let's do it again, besties. We going to Philly to see the same show I saw last night. I went to Philly. I've never been to a show. Now, there's one parking lot. Now, Fillmore has 2 parking lots. There's always one that I park in. I went to go park in this parking lot. It was full. I was like, I'm doomed. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm lost now. Like, I can't even get to the other parking lot.
That's the only parking lot I know.
So I go park in the other one, and I'm like, as I'm driving by, I'm like, oh, fucking line. It starts at the Fillmore where the first parking lot is, and I'm driving because the way it went was actually the exact way that I had to go to get to the parking lot, and the line just kept going. And this is all before doors were open. It went around the corner. And then and then the buses parked on the backside of the venue, lined up against the buses. And then there was a side street that went this way on both sidewalks. Both sides of the street, there were lines. So many people were there before doors.
Oh my God.
But at least, now I don't know how the experience will be for you, but I'm just saying you might want to get there early.
I mean, we're gonna be there like soon. We make a whole day out of it. We leave the house like 11. We go get lunch, and then we line up as soon as we're done with lunch,
so I'm just saying you might want to get there a little early.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of experience you'll have in terms of like if there's a shit ton of people there already in terms of like ticket scanning, but at least the Fillmore, I was in like 15 minutes, and I was literally on the backside of the venue and had to go around a street.
Fast.
I had to go around a street. I was in like 15-20 minutes. I pissed. I bought my Trinity Terror shirt, and I was like, boom, and I saw Lilithar. Hell yeah.
In the flesh?
In
like
the
you
flesh.
Actually... Oh, like you saw her set.
Caught her whole set.
Wow.
And I was all the way in the back of the line.
Past you or something. No,
I'd be like, what's up? Want to come on the podcast?
Come on the podcast.
So yeah, that was cool. Black Veil Brides sounded much better on Saturday night. Weren't mixed like shit and didn't miss all their cues. Thank God.
God bless.
I got absolutely bodied during their set. It was wild. Someone just came up and like steamrolled me. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then Ice Nine Kills, they were great as always. Someone got carried out bridal style of that pit, holding their head like this, so I could only imagine what happened in the pit.
Oh my God.
So that was crazy. And then Motionless in White, someone came out like with blood coming out of their mouth, and like you obviously couldn't see that in the dark, so they're walking through trying to get through, and a girl comes up behind him and goes, he's bleeding, everyone like make room. I'm like, he's what? In the Motionless in White pit? Because out of all of the bands that played that night, Motionless in White had like the calmest crowd on the outside. Obviously I'm sure the pit was doing their thing, but I was shocked that the pit was going that crazy with how calm everything was.
Everybody
around.
else
and
was,
and I was pretty close for Motionless in White, because at the end of the night people would leave, I would move up, so I was pretty close by the end of the night, and I was shocked at how calm it was. So I was like, people are getting punched in the face, but then later
people
on,
are crowd killing at a Motionless in White show.
Later on I find out that like people were tweeting at Chris that like there's people trampling, because like obviously they do the roses thing at the end, and people were trampling each other a barricade for the roses.
For roses.
Yeah, for fake roses that Chris, I think they're fake. They might be real. I've never caught one.
I mean, it kind of suck if you get a real one, because then that's like dead.
Yeah. You have to figure out how to preserve it then.
God, that's so much work.
But it's like they're trampling each other over a rose, and like, yes, I would probably trample for someone for a rose if it was flying over me, but like at the same time, it's a rose, dude.
Well, you didn't try and trample somebody for that.
I've never been that close to the stage.
No, remember that? No, remember somebody you almost got the pick.
Yes,
and you had the choice to trample somebody, but he just took it from you, and you didn't do anything. You just stood there and said, "Okay."
Because it was so clearly his pick that like I only went after it to make, because he hadn't picked it up yet, and it had been 30 seconds. But it was so clearly his pick that I just gave up.
That's fair.
And then the worst part was that I met him the second night. This is the water park store, by the way.
Yes.
So yeah, that was my experience this weekend. Sorry that took up the first 18 minutes of the podcast.
It's all good.
Hope it was entertaining. Also, the crowd in Long Island was dead, so I was shocked that Philly was obnoxious as it was.
Well, because it's the hometown show.
Well, hometown show for Motionless in White, but even the other bands didn't have crazy crowds in Long Island. Like, it was relatively calm, and like obviously there was no one there for Black Veil Brides, but like the pit for Black Veil Brides was like a bunch of kids like at their first show, and like the frat dudes in front of me that were making fun of Black Veil Brides were also turning around and pointing and laughing at the pit because of how like pathetic it was, because it was just a bunch of kids like having a blast, like jumping around and shit, not like spin kicking each other and like throwing each other, like,
he said breaking teeth
it was just like they're jumping around having a good time, like, oh, look at them, like obviously that's in terms of a pit it's pathetic, but like it like let them have their fun.
That's a core memory that they're making right now. Like, they're having a good time.
Like, fuck you were screaming fuck Joe Biden before Black Veil Brides came on. Like, like you're wearing a backwards cap and you're way too ripped to be a Motionless in White fan. Stop it.
Get out of here. You don't belong here. You don't belong
what college are you from?
Exactly. Oh my God. Wow. That's an experience.
So that was one hell of a weekend. It didn't take me 8 hours to get to Philly and home, so that was great.
That's definitely a plus.
Shout out. So shout out. And then I set it off on Tuesday, so tomorrow.
Woo! Wow. Oh my God. You get to see the besties before me.
Seeing them. I'm so excited. Seeing them before you. And then next Thursday, I see Black Veil Brides again at a radio festival.
Aren't you? They're going to see and they're going to be like, are you serious?
This motherfucker's back again. So I'm seeing Black Veil Brides in 3 states in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
And then Rage War will be there too. I'm very excited to finally see them again. And then that Friday, I'm going to see Beartooth. So that's very exciting. And then
it's very exciting.
2 weeks from now, Limp Bizkit.
I completely forgot that they're going on tour.
I'm so excited.
I hope it doesn't get canceled.
I checked last night. The Jersey date has sold a lot more tickets. Like,
that's good.
Like
People
it's pretty much
actually found out. Yeah.
I think it's pretty much at this point solely resale for like the pit, which is good.
That's good.
That's a good sign. All good things coming from that. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. Fingers crossed. We have music to talk about though, as much as I would love to talk about all of the shows I went to this weekend. Prince Daddy and the Hyena dropped their brand spanking new self-titled album, and guess what? They wrote it.
Ooh. Sorry
for leaking that, Corey.
That's crazy.
I didn't mean to put that out there, but we spoke to Corey about the record. It's out. You can go watch it wherever. It was a good interview.
Very good interview. It's always nice talking to Corey.
But all the interviews we put out this week, you can just slowly watch me deteriorate as the day goes on because I was getting sick that day. So by the 4:00 interview, Monuments, I was just gone. I was like, this is cool, but I want to go lay down. That was my 2 cents. I've been wanting to say that for so long. I'm like, go watch all the interviews and watch my state deteriorate as the day goes on.
Because they're all out now.
They all came out in the same week. So, but yeah, no, this album is great, and I didn't expect it to fuck as hard as it did. Based off of the first single, because Curly Q came out and I was like, okay, why are they an acoustic band now?
What is this that they're doing right now?
But this album is great, and it's not like Cosmic Thrill Seeker's great. It's like a completely different kind of sound, but also like keeping it's weird, like keeping their sound,
but it's not the same.
It's not Cosmic Thrill Seekers 2. The fucking album's great. And I've seen so many people screenshotting and posting the song that starts with hollow, hollow, comma, whatever. I think you posted it too, and you were like, you wrote this one?
I did that. Wait, hollow as your figure?
Yes.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah.
So I think that one's a favorite because I've seen 2 or 3 screenshots of that one in passing over the past couple of days. But honestly, I thought the whole record was great, and I'm glad that Baby Blue finally has a studio version.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. I remember when Corey first put that out, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute, because it was just him sitting in front of his computer playing a silly little song on his silly little acoustic guitar, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But now it's an actual song, so that's good. But yeah, album's very good. Interview was amazing. Corey got 2 thumbs up from Good Noise Podcast.
Make it 4.
4 thumbs up from Good Noise Podcast.
That's a first.
Yeah.
We only have 4 thumbs.
But yeah, great album. I've debated multiple times on grabbing vinyl.
Dude,
so I think that shows. Dude, it's so pretty.
So hot.
Every time I see it, it's almost as pretty as the Sherry Amour vinyl, because that one is just like. But I've debated so many times on grabbing that vinyl, and I have to hold myself back because I told myself I'm not spending any more money except for like one concert, like a month or something, just so I can, stack up. But oh my god, every time it comes on the timeline, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it this time. You're
gonna do it at one of these days, and you're gonna text me. And
snap.
You're gonna be like,
yeah,
look,
I did it.
Bought the hot vinyl. I'll be like, all right, well, send me a screenshot when it comes in 6 months.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, 6 months. God. So moving on. Monuments dropped new album In Stasis.
I said the album name wrong during the interview that we did with them, but I also asked Siri. I said it the way that I said in the interview, and it came back as the words that are typed in front of me right now. So I couldn't have been that wrong. Or Siri just thought I said the right way.
Shane, it's okay.
But at least no one pointed out that I fucked it up 10 seconds in. In my defense, I didn't feel great. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. You were dying anyways, so it's fine.
We spoke to them about the record. It's out there. You should go watch it. It's a good interview. This album was great. I do want to bring up one track, Arch Essence. I was listening to that again today. I've listened to the album like 3 or 4 times at this point.
Wow, you really liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. And I was like, this has like a Get Scared kind of vibe, which I fucking love because I want Get Scared to come to get back together so fucking bad.
I thought they like tweeted something, or was that another band?
Like teasing it, kind of, that like they might do something, but nothing. They haven't been like, here's a new record and a tour to support it. They're just like, we might. So I really want new Get Scared. So I was like, this song like has like a Get Scared kind of like vibe to it. So I really did dig that. But dude, this album was so good.
It's a bit heavy, but it is good. Shane's listened to it like what, 4 times. Yeah. I've only listened to it once and a half. But it was good. It was good. I mean, it's just, sometimes I can't listen to that stuff often, except for like Ice Nine Kills, but they don't count. So yeah, it was a good album.
Are you gonna get carried out bridal style during the Ice Nine Kills?
Absolutely not. No,
shit rocked.
No, because I will get barricade.
So you're just gonna get trampled during Motionless in White instead. That's fine.
Probably, yeah. It's okay.
Greyhaven put out a new album, This Bright and Beautiful World. We spoke to Greyhaven as well. It's been out for a while. I told Brent during the interview, I was like, dude, I cannot wait for this album to come out because it's so fucking good, and I'm going to tell everyone how fucking good it is. It's out now, so I can tell everyone how fucking good this record is.
How good it is, yeah.
Front to back, it's fucking fantastic. And I want to bring up the closer because it's been a while since we've been like, this is a fantastic closer. I thought it was a super weird choice for a single, but as a closer, it wraps up this record so fucking good. Oh man, so good. Album's gonna be on repeat for the week. We're throwing away the Papa Roach album. This one's going in its place for the week.
Thank you, Greyhaven. You did it. You did so what I could not do. This is great. No, album is fantastic. I loved it. I loved the vibes. Oh, I'm bringing back vibes, I guess. I really liked the album overall. I don't know. I'm tired tonight. I'm sorry. I don't have much to say in depth, but I just really, really enjoyed it. And it was a great interview. It was very, very nice. So please go watch it. Secrets dropped a new single, Falling Out.
Dude, the single is very good. I'm very much excited for this album that comes out on, I believe, June 10th. It's another banger. I'm still personally very partial to the lead single because the lead single was 90 seconds of pure chaos. But all of the singles past that have been very good. So Tickle Me Excited.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that either. I didn't like when my brain thought of that. I was like, I'm going to say it anyway.
Tickle Me Excited.
And then I said it and I was like, I hated that coming out of my mouth as well. So Tickle Me Excited, I guess.
I would like an apology video with tears because you just said
with
that.
Tears.
With
I'll have
tears.
someone stand behind me and the drop off.
Do the drop. No, but this song banged.
I'm so sorry for saying it. I'm tickled excited for your
tickled
album.
Shane excited.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. 3 Days Grace put a new single, Lifetime. I thought this was okay. I'm seeing them at that same show that I'm seeing Black Veil Brides and Wage War. So I'm like, I'm trying to get I'm trying to listen to them beforehand. But only so much radio butt rock that I can take in, I didn't think it was too bad though.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, but bearable,
It's better than most.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Yeah. Obviously it's better than most, but it's like a gateway.
Not the first pick, yeah.
No.
If we're listening to butt rock, I'm just going 5 Finger Death Punch, I'm going all the way
I'm going Corey motherfucking Taylor, man. I'm
just going straight in to the worst of the worst. I'm not doing the gateway stuff,
Exactly. Yeah. You're going to the no. God, awful. So, not the song, but butt rock. This song is okay. Stan Atlantic dropped a new single, Switchblade. Stan Atlantic, you did it again.
Yeah, not like every other song is absolutely blown me away with how heavy it's been. This song was a little bit more like what I had expected throughout the entire album cycle. Heavier towards the end, but it was a lot more I guess now you could say mellow with all the other fucking songs they put out, but more typical Stan Atlantic. Yeah. Well, thank God.
Right?
But yeah, I thought the song was good. It's fucking so excited for the album. It's a couple weeks out at this point, and it's like, just give it to me now.
It's so weird how it's still like pretty far away. I feel like it should have come out like this month or something, because they've been putting out singles for over the span of this year.
It's hopeless, man.
Hopeless. Get your stuff together. I think we've talked
about it. Like half the record comes out as singles, which like obviously I hate that, but like it's also like we talk about the band every 2 weeks, and it's like it keeps me from listening to, like, I could listen to Hair Out a million fucking times.
Hair Out's really good.
So it's like
actually
So it's like if you put out a new song every couple of weeks, like I can't burn myself out of that one because there's a new one out. So
exactly.
It's I'm not gonna say it's perfect because I still don't like it, but it's good to make sure I don't burn myself out of the songs I really enjoy off the record.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But I'd still like them to, maybe have like a 2-month long album cycle.
Let's put the record out today.
Exactly. Let's just drop it in our inbox. Who cares about the rest of the world? Just give it to us.
Our email is open at all times, 24/7.
Please.
Magnolia Park and Christo from Bad Sons put out a new single, Tokyo. Out of all of the possible features that any band could ever get, I for some reason didn't have Christo on my bingo
list
card, just because like I don't know, I've like in all of the songs that we've covered that it features, it was never Christo from Bad Sons. So it was like I saw they did a song with Christo and I was like,
I mean, it's welcomed, but it's also like didn't see that coming.
Works obviously, and the song's great. And like they've been like teasing like I think this like world behind like this new project that they have going on or whatever, and like this is exciting.
It is.
So lots of cool shit going on. But this song's great, and we haven't spoken to Magnolia Park yet, but we spoke to Bad Sons, and
we did.
Out. So we can plug that one because he's on this song.
Exactly. But this song was really good. The beginning, I don't know. I think it's a sample, or maybe they just did like they crossed wires or something, because it sounds like, I don't know if it's Lil Uzi or Playboi Carti. I think it's Playboi Carti because it sounds like something off of Whole Lotta Red. But then it's like, I thought it was from, don't laugh, I thought it was from a song called Pissy Pamper, which is a Lil Uzi song featuring Playboi Carti, or maybe it's vice versa. But I don't know where the intro is from because it sounds so familiar. And I listened to Pissy Pamper and I'm like, this is not from Pissy Pamper. Where is this from? So I don't know which artist it's from, but I know it's either Lil Uzi or Playboi Carti. So
Pissy Pamper. Okay.
Yeah, dude, you gotta listen. It's a banger.
Bro, it sounds fire.
It is. But Magnolia Park, please just let me know who that is. I might have to show it to my brothers so they can be like, oh yeah, that's enter name. And I'll be like, oh, cool. But
let us know if it's anyone, actually.
Yeah, it might just be you, but it sounds just really familiar. I don't know. Born Anew dropped a new single, Face in the Corner. We spoke to Born Anew.
We did.
So go watch that.
Not about the song though, about the last one.
No. Yeah.
But this song, it's very good.
It's very good.
Knock it out of the park every single goddamn time. It's like, they can't possibly get any better.
Gosh darn time.
And then they're like, oh, but we just did. And you're like, no, you didn't. And then you listen to it and you're like, oh, fuck, you were right. You did. So,
yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Another great single.
Good job, guys. You're killing it. Go watch our interview. It's a very good one.
Scary Kids, Scaring Kids, and Modson put out a new single, Escape from My Reality, on my bingo card for my entire life. I never thought that Scary Kids, Scaring Kids would put out a pop punk song. Never thought that Scary
rap pop punk song. Not rap, but it had that hip hop influence in it. I was like, what is going on?
And I also, on this record, granted, saw the Modson feature. I was like, okay, that's a little odd. Along with a couple of the other feature picks, but I think we spoke about that kind of when we spoke about all of the features on the record. I didn't think that Scary Kids Scaring Kids was going to put out a 2020s pop punk song, like a 2022 pop punk song, because they were a post-hardcore band. and then they got Mod Sun to sing on a pop punk track, and like it's just confusing me.
It's the MGK effect. We need to get him off whatever pedestal he's on, because he's hurting some of our best bands right now.
Because it's like, the song isn't horrible. Okay, I'll give it that. It's not my favorite. It's not horrible. And it just doesn't feel like a Scary Kids Scaring Kids song.
No.
Like, in the slightest.
No.
And it was like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Knock It All Down with Little Lotus on it, but like that grew on me because he's got a metalcore band as well that he's in. So yeah, so he still has that influence. Yeah. And then obviously Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, it makes sense. Mod Sun, he's grown up in punk, but he's doing the Machine Gun Kelly-esque pop punk, so that just is what the song translates into.
Yeah. He did the Machine Gun Kelly route as well, where he went from hip hop and rap to pop punk. So it's like he's a little mini MGK, and now he's just infecting everybody.
But since we're talking about Mod Sun, my favorite thing that's happened with this band recently was when, obviously, you know, him and Avril Lavigne, they're engaged now. Congrats to them. But when when that happened, and the whole thing kind of went down, Rolling Stone put out an article saying, who the hell is Mod Sun? And Mod Sun quote tweets it and goes, "I've been in 5 issues of your magazine." And I'm like, this is great. This is peak journalism.
It is. But it's like, I understand what they meant by it,
but it's just so bad.
They phrased it so wrong. It could have been like, let's get to know Mod Sun, Avril Lavigne's fiance, instead of, who even is this guy?
never heard of him. He's not a pretty decently sized artist or anything. No. Oh my god.
So
anyways, I'm not.
That was funny though. That was good.
I'm not gonna say that this song like makes me scared for the record, because obviously we looked at the feature list and I'm like, it's a predominantly like metalcore and post-hardcore vocalist that they've got featuring on this record. Hoping this one's better in the context of the record. Pulling out that line.
So excited for you to be like, I think I was right. It does sound better in the context of the record.
Actually, I was correct about that one.
Oh my god. I did not like this track. That's my 2 cents. Story Untold put out a new single. This song goes out to you. This was slow.
It was slower, but honestly, since that EP that we spoke about, like, I keep on bringing it up because that EP was fucking fantastic. Everything that they've put out, I'm like, this is good. Like, this is good. Like, even the slower stuff,
they found their groove.
This is great. So it's like nothing bad to say. I think like the last time we were like, I don't know, it was like when they were doing like the X's instead of the O's. But like even that song bang, so it was like the song is good, but like, you're gonna get yourselves canceled. Stop it.
Exactly.
So another banger. I've liked all the songs they put out this year.
That's good. I wasn't the biggest fan of this song. I prefer all their other things, but that's not saying it was like awful. It's just compared to everything else they've dropped, this has been my least favorite.
Fair enough.
I liked their all-time low song, not the band. Not the band.
What a ballsy move in the year 2022.
Right? I mean, but it's like, if not now, when can they do it? I feel like it's always going to be like a sore subject, because All Time Low was such a predominantly like staple pop punk band, and now they're not.
Yeah, now they've hit an all-time low.
Ooh.
I think that's a song lyric in one of their songs too.
Are you serious?
Like one of the I think in like Once in a Lifetime, where they like name drop themselves. That's like how they name drop themselves. Yeah, and it was like a whole big thing, because like I watched a Roxanne interview that he did, and James Wilson Taylor was like, "So you guys name dropped yourself in this song? Like, what made you like, you know, you're 20 years into your career? How is this the song that you name drop yourself in? Like, how'd you pick?" And like, obviously I don't remember what Alex said, but I remember that like being a talking point in the interview. And I was like, they like said they like hit an all-time low, and I'm like, now they have. So like, that's awkward.
They jinxed it. God.
Anyways, Limbs put out a new single, Coma Year. Limbs and Greyhaven are touring together, and the Philly date is 21 plus. So I'd like to have a word with your booking agents, because that's fucked up.
Get Shane in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a petition.
We don't condone it, but I'm free if you're free.
Shane's like, what? You're turning 20 this year?
Yeah, I'm 19.
You should be allowed in. Yeah, you should be allowed in.
Just change the rules to 19 plus.
Yeah, you're not like 12, so it's like you should be able to go in.
Just let me in. I can come in through the roof. It's okay.
Exactly. Come on, guys.
But the song was great. It was very good. So I'm very excited for the EP they have coming out in June.
For sure. I did enjoy the song. Thumbs up. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I did listen to all these things. I did like most of these things. Looking at you, Mod Sun.
Mod Sun and probably Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, I have a lot to say about that one. But yeah, this was good. I'm falling asleep. I'm sorry.
Pop another energy drink, bro.
Dude, I don't want to have to run to the bathroom again. While she sleeps, dropped a new single, Eye to Eye. I don't know why I said it like that.
This song was like so atmospheric. And I was like, holy shit, this is cool.
I'm flying right now.
I am currently in the air listening to the song. But I thought it was great. 11 out of 10 from me. Whoa. Yo, can you guys just route that Wage War headliner that you guys are supporting some dates on right into New Jersey so that I don't have to drive 17 hours to get to the nearest show? It's not 17 hours, it's like 3, but I'm not going to go.
Yeah. You already did a 3-hour show.
Yeah, I'm over driving too far for these bands. So like if you could just route that right into Philly, that would be super cool because that'd be pretty cool. I'll come.
So go. I thought this song was good. I don't know what's happening to me tonight. I genuinely today killed me.
Hey, I love you. Put out a new single, Stress Headache.
Woo! This song was so good.
Fucking banger, bro.
I love Hey, I Love You. We spoke to them a while back.
And then
you could watch that. I think that one was pretty good.
Yeah, and we spoke to them last Wednesday. And it's not out yet.
No.
But it will
probably be. Like 2 weeks? I don't know. Keep your eye out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song is very good. I love Hey, I Love You. Bangers all the time.
Bangers only.
Yes. Bangers only. America Part 2 released a single. The Same. This song stood out, not like in like a bad way, but like a sore thumb on the a sore thumb isn't like like nice. It isn't. I'm nice. Trying to no, because how else do you say like it stood out on the playlist?
Exactly the way you just said it.
Just it stood out? Yeah. Okay, it's not like a sore thumb. Remove that. I do love you guys. I'm sorry. This song was very good. I really enjoyed it. And I like the part where they were screaming at the end. And I was like, this is good.
That was a majority of the song.
No, but the part at the end was I liked it. Yeah. It scratched that part of my brain. And I was like, ooh. I liked that part a lot. So this song was very good, and it actually my ears like perked up when it came on. It was like, ooh, what is this? Who's this? And then it was AP2, and I was like, that's there they are.
There they are.
There they are.
Back again. Drive Kid. Sorry, I didn't even talk about the America. I didn't even talk about the America Part 2 song. I'm fired. So sorry, guys. Don't fire me. No, this song was very good. I personally. I like You Are All Splatter just a little bit more because it's got like metalcore influence, and like Alex laughed when I brought up like the influences that I heard on like the songs and like that song in particular. But like I hear it and I don't care if you were listening to Lorna Shore then or not. I hear the deathcore influence, and that's why I prefer that track over this one.
You were listening to Lorna Shore.
I was listening to them probably when you were recording it, meaning it telepathically got to you somehow.
Exactly.
So I personally prefer that track just a little bit more, but I thought this one was great, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't share a favorite track. That's okay, but I'm pretty sure my pick is better than yours.
Okay.
Ask Alex. I'm pretty sure Alex would be like, yeah. Okay,
I'll text him right now. I'll be like, whose pick is better?
Exactly. Text him. Which one do you prefer? And I'll be like, yeah, exactly.
He'll be like, I helped write both of them. It's like asking me to pick a favorite child.
Exactly.
Drive Kid dropped a new single, Drop. Bro, they dropped a new single called Drop.
Whoa.
Dropped Inception.
Did they rap in this a little bit?
I don't. don't know.
I think they rapped in this a little bit because it kind of caught me off guard. I was like,
super heavy at the end too.
Yeah.
Like, what in the fuck is going on?
What is going on? I mean, like, it was good. I enjoyed the song, but there was just so much happening. And I was like, okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to have you back in music.
glad you're back in the industry, you know. But yeah, no, this song's very good. They've only been teasing like this album since like 2019 since we started the podcast, so like it's great that like hopefully this begins the rollout, because we spoke crossed. They were our last interview of 2020, and that was when they put out the last single, I believe. Did they put anything out in 2021?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember talking about them in 2021.
I don't think so. So that was like the last time that they put something out. I'm gonna check that as I keep talking. But it, like fucking where? Okay, I can't talk. Yes, so that was the last song that they put out. And even then they were like, dude, we got this record. It's gonna come out soon. And then
they were hyping it up.
2021 came and went. So hopefully 2022 year of Drive Kid. Drive Kid to the moon. They're literally day one homies. So
literally, yeah.
Shout out them.
Ooh, first interview. Don't watch it. Don't watch that one. No. Don't watch our second one either. That one was probably also rough. It was 2020.
Well, I was still recovering from COVID at that point, so I was a little out
don't
of
watch
it.
that. Don't watch that either. So anyways, Concrete Castles and Point North dropped new single Sting. I'm gonna let you.
Bro, remember when they played the song live for the first time and I said to you, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on with Concrete Castles? Why are they dark pop all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And you texted, it was a 2.5 minute long video on Instagram, and Glory texted me back in about 30 seconds after opening it. So she clearly didn't listen to the whole thing.
I did. No. So I listened to the 30 seconds and then I was like, oh my God. And then I went back and I listened to it.
I just thought it was funny that like within 15 seconds you're like, oh my God, holy shit. And I was like, well, thanks for having a conversation with me about it, but like, did you listen to it?
Don't paint me in that light. I did listen to it and I did like it. I just didn't want to just leave you on scene for 2.5 minutes.
That would have been funny. I would have been like, well, why isn't she texting me back? What did I do? I like, instead of being like in this segment, if you had done that, I would have been, instead of saying you text me back in 15 minutes, I would have been like, Glory left me on red for 5 minutes after I sent you the video. I wonder what she was doing.
It was only 2 minutes long.
She listened to it twice. She loved it so much. But we spoke to them about the record, and like that record was very much pop. And then this song, they played it live. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear it live because I got sick the day that they came to Philly. Boo.
Sorry.
Fuck that. So I was like, I need a studio version so bad. I need it in my veins right now. Inject it. And they were like, we heard your prayer, Shane. It's coming out this Friday. And I was like, thank God. So it's here. And like, it's like dark alt pop kind of thing that they got going on.
Yeah.
It's so good. This is like the lane they belong in.
For real. Yeah.
So I'm manifesting LP2 sounds like this song 13 times, and you can just go like this.
Yeah.
Into my veins.
Not exactly.
Probably not here, because I don't think you're supposed to put the needles here.
No.
But like,
it's supposed to go here.
Okay. And just
so it's
shove it in the bone.
I was gonna say, dude, you're in like the elbow section.
I punched my bones, so now that hurts.
Oh.
Do it like, I don't know, in the muscle. Funny bone. Like do it up here. I don't care. Just put it in my body. I don't care. Just inject it into me somewhere. You could do the bone. That's fine.
Thinking of the dog. Okay, sorry.
Glory started laughing about a meme that was completely unrelated to anything that we were talking about.
No, because you. Never mind. Go.
Mattstagram put out a new single, Prescribe Whatever. We spoke to Mattstagram. Oh my God. Look at how many artists we've spoken to. It's like every single person we talk about, we've spoken to. It's just us plugging for an hour. Spoke about the record that's of the same name. This song's great. Not much to say because we don't want to spoil the record because we heard it. but the song was great, and I think we'll leave it at that, unless you have something you want to say.
I just want to say this song was amazing, but 2 singles ago was my favorite. I can't remember the song, but I just remember being like, oh my God, this is amazing. Also, the Pollyanna track is also crazy good. Anything Pollyanna like touches turns to gold.
This Friday, baby, first single.
I thought, it's not out yet.
No.
Wow, I thought that dropped already.
No, it comes out this Friday. So Slut comes out this Friday. First single on the well, not the first single on the new label. Sorry, Monster was technically the single.
Maybe I'm the monster.
No, not that one, but new single from Pollyanna, Slut. It comes out Friday. I think it's appropriate to plug them during the Matstagram part because they just did a song with Matstagram.
Yeah. I mean, I brought it up, so it's fair.
But Matstagram, your song was great, and so was the album. But we'll talk about it later when it comes out.
Yes, very good album. Sorry Ghost dropped a new single, Back of My Knees. Oh my God.
Bass.
What?
So much bass.
So much bass. This, I know Sorry Ghost like has a sound, but this sounds different from like their other things. It sounds like a more mature version of what they're doing. And it might be the new member Tate. Hi Tate. We haven't met yet.
Not Tate like manager Tate.
No. They have 2 Tates.
Yeah.
They have manager Tate and drummer Tate. So that's not confusing. I wish Tate did join their band though. That'd be so cool. That'd be awesome. Then you would have 2 Tates in the band. No, don't do that.
So many Tates.
Don't do that. So many Tates. But yeah, this track was amazing. I love Sorry. We spoke to Sorry Ghost
about the record.
Yeah, not this. If they're even, I'm not going to reveal anything. Not this track, but the Morning After record. So go watch that.
Bass. That's all I have to say about this song. Bass. So much bass.
Bass. Yeah.
BASS. The instrument. Dum 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 dum.
That was a great impression.
Thank you. That's exactly what the bass sounded like on this song that you should go listen to right fucking now.
Go watch it. Go watch it if they have a music video.
Sure.
This is you.
It's me?
Yeah.
State Champs put a new single eventually. Okay, when the song started, I was like, holy shit, who put Fall Out Boy on the playlist? That was an accident.
Yeah. But wait, but what era Fall Out Boy?
From Under the Cork Tree.
Oh.
Stop it.
I'm forever a hater
for
that album. It sucks so bad.
I was like, what in the fuck? Because it had like that guitar riff from one of the songs on the record, and then like the vocal started with that effect off that same song off the record. I couldn't tell you which one. It's one of the songs on that album. Which pinpoints it down to about 15 Fall Out Boy songs, I think.
Yeah,
which is great. And I was like, what in the fuck? And then it like State Champs meets Fall Out Boy, but like doesn't completely like rip them off. Like this album is gonna be fucking insane, dude. Because like Everybody But You is easily my favorite State Champs song like ever.
Yeah.
And this song is like a close second. And it's like,
yeah, I
was a little bit worried about this project, like based off of the first couple of singles. Granted, I haven't taken a very good look at the track list. I'm sure those songs are on there. I think they are actually, but
they should be. Yeah.
They were like very much like State Champs, but these past couple of songs have been like State Champs, but like on crack. And I'm like, holy fuck, this is great. So this was another one of those holy shit. Like they're talking about like, oh, how this album is going to be huge and everything, and like I wholeheartedly agree with them. Like this album is going to be big. Like this shit's crazy. Yeah,
it's like they've revamped their sound. I don't know. Like I was never like the biggest State Champs fan before this album rollout. Like I would listen to them and I'd be like, oh yeah, this bangs, but I wouldn't go listen to like any of their albums. But this album that they're leading up to is gonna be a classic. Easily. And I'm happy that they're putting it out now rather than, it's not like they had a choice, like they've had these songs for a while, but like 2016, let's say, because then that would just kind of get lost. I don't think it would be like a classic or anything, but because they're putting it out now when pop punk is being kind of like revamped and brought back and born again, I guess, this should definitely pop off. And I don't know, I really like it. This is the type of pop punk I like. This is like MGK pop punk.
You can keep that shit.
You can keep that. State Champs? Yes.
Listen to that
I would like more.
Yep.
Please. Yep. Motionless in White. Drop new single, Masterpiece.
I mean, listen. Love Motionless in White.
Huh?
Literally top 3 favorite band. I thought the song was great and all.
Oh.
I just think that not like every single album that they put out has like that slow song on it. And that's fine. Like obviously I listen to it and I always think the song is good or whatever. I just think that as the second single off the record, questionable. That's all. I thought the song was okay. I just haven't listened to it a lot because it's like out of all of the possible Motionless in White songs I would want to listen to, the slow song off the new record isn't on the top of that list. So, you know, I think the song's great, and obviously I'm still stoked for the record because I know the record isn't going to sound like that. No. I just think that, like, if you're going to put out the slow song as, like, a single, it's, like, shouldn't be the second single because, like, usually the first and second single are, like, insanely hyped up. So it's, like, why don't you hype up, like, the song with, like, the dude from Knocked Loose or the dude from Beartooth, 2 of the biggest bands in the fucking metal scene right now, instead of hyping up fucking Masterpiece,
the high def of your album.
Yeah, so it's like, I thought that was a little weird. But also with the title Masterpiece, I should have seen it. I should have saw it coming from a mile away.
That's it does sound like a slow track.
Now that I've heard it, I'm like, because like I was like, holy shit, new Motionless in White, and then I finished the song and I texted in the group chat. I was like, all right, false alarm, everyone. There's no need to listen to it. There's no blah. But it gets heavier. It gets heavier towards the end, and like it has like that big crescendo. But it's just like it's not a typical like what I would think like Motionless in White would put out as a single. But this is also my first time like following their album cycle. But to think, I caught on to Disguise after it came out because I had Spotify with ads at the time that kept on playing Brand New Numb, like pushing like a Spotify playlist during the ads. That song would come on and be like, I gotta go listen to that. And that's how I got onto them. So I think
I've heard that ad as well. And I was like, ew.
That record was already out at that point. Or I just like listened to Brand New Numb, forgot about them, listened to them a couple months later after Disguise was out. One of those two.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, I think that Another Life, which was the slow song off Disguise, wound up like being the focus track. And they did like a big music video for it, like dancing scenes and shit. And I think that was like the way they rolled it out. Weird to make it a focus track as well, but like I would have rather that approach than like the big hyped up second single off the record is the slow song. It's like, okay, that's cool, and like, yeah, I got my tissues despite not thinking I would need them, but like can the next single be with Caleb from Beartooth? Because I would love to I want to hear what that man did on that song. So that's my take.
I understand that take, and yeah, God, I'm not like a Motionless in White stan. I do like their music a lot. Now that I've actually had to listen to them because I'm going to see them, Trinity of Terror, next week.
Yes, next week. I'm excited for you, and I'm not even going.
Dude, I'm seeing Point North
next Wednesday.
Nope, not Point North. I'm seeing Set It Off.
Oh yeah,
and Sherry Moore and Shallow Pools, and then literally the next day, I'm seeing Trinity of Terror.
And but anyways, I'm so jealous. I just want to say I'm so jealous that for your Trinity of Terror tour, because for your Trinity of Terror show, Fame on Fire is opening because Lil Czar is hopping on the radio circuit with 3 Days Grace and Godsmack and everything.
Andy's crying right now.
Well, Andy will be back playing with her in Jersey in like a week. Literally the day after they play in Virginia, he's playing a show with her in New Jersey because she's the first artist on that little festival.
That's cool.
But I'm very jealous because I would love to see Fame on Fire again. Although I did think Lilith was pretty good live. I prefer their music.
I prefer Fame on Fire as well. I don't even listen to them that much, but you know, I don't know. They're more established, I'd say.
And they fit the tour more. Like they're a metalcore band. Like like when they had announced the openers, or the opener. I should say.
If there were multiple openers, I wouldn't be going.
That's the kind of band that I thought, because they're a metalcore band. They're a little bit on the younger side. They get plays on Sirius XM, and that's what I thought that like the band was like. That was the kind of band they were going to pick up, was like a band that gets hyped on Octane on fucking Sirius, not Lil Azar, who's like she gets played on the radio because she's
alternative.
Massive. But like
she's just alternative.
Yeah, not what I was expecting, but like we've had that conversation as well already on the show.
Yeah. I think you actually said Fame on Fire. Like, I think you named them. Maybe not on the podcast, but at least in our chats when you're talking about like, ooh, who would open? And even before Lilith was even announced, I think you might have said Fame on Fire.
Possibly.
Or like Bad Omens.
The one that I was dead set on was Wage War.
Wage War, that's who it was. Not
because number one, I really wanted Wage War to open because I love Wage War.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
And two, because they hit all the criteria I just said that Fame on Fire also hits.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit bigger than Fame on Fire. And arguably maybe a little bit bigger than Lil Azar. But at the time, they had a tour in the UK that I think got like postponed or whatever. And that was what happened. So then they went on the road with Slipknot, which was a bigger opportunity than touring with those three bands because Slipknot was playing arenas. So
yeah. That's so weird. I don't know. I don't expect Trinity of Terror. I didn't expect them to. They're not like small rooms by any means, but that does seem like an arena tour to me. I don't know. The three bands, their power.
Well, it's like all those bands could sell out those rooms, but they're also playing pretty big standing room venues, and it's like, if they do a leg two, would I be shocked if they did like small arenas? Not like they're not gonna go play Madison Square Garden, but like
I mean,
there's smaller arenas that are like 10,000 people if you go all the way around. So you cut that in half. That's 5,000 people or whatever, 7,500 people. They might be able to do that. But it's almost like you want to like, because like it looks so cool on the poster where it's like every single state except Maine and Connecticut are sold out for obvious reasons because no one lives up there.
Two people.
So it's like it's almost like you do want to like underplay it because it's like, look, it's just so cool that there's so many sellouts, but at the same time it's like then it makes tickets $400. But at least it wasn't like they were playing 500 cap rooms. They were playing pretty decent
big
sized rooms.
Yeah, I saw the Philly picture and I was like, oh my god,
it's huge.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
First time I ever stepped in that venue, I was like, I've been in venues that are the same size capacity as that, and it like a fucking box, bro. This is like a big like ballroom, and I'm like, holy shit!
It looked like a theater.
The stage is huge.
Yeah.
The barricade, like if you're like in like the first like 50 or possibly even 100 people in line, you could easily get barricade because the stage is so big that the barricade is so fucking long.
Yeah.
It's wild. Love that venue.
That's good then. That's good that they played that one. But it's weird that you say that they could sell out like small arenas or whatever if they wanted to, but you know, you want to sell out the smaller rooms because it's easier to achieve. It's like they're playing an arena in Virginia, but they're only selling pit tickets.
Yeah, that's the other thing that they could do is like, obviously you can fit more people on the floor in an arena than you can in a standing room venue.
Like a standing room venue,
But yeah, Beartooth is doing something similar where like they're hitting a couple of arenas like on this tour that they're playing, and they're playing like small arenas. Like there's one in Trenton, New Jersey that they're playing, and they're selling all along the not the upper because there's only 2 levels, so not selling the upper level, they're just selling the lower level and the floor. But like they could totally do something like that, and I think they would blow it out. Like
100%.
Those 3 bands,
yeah.
And my theory is that they'll be doing leg 2 in the fall, because I believe they're all playing that festival in Virginia, the Blue Ridge.
Oh, the Hard Rock Festival.
No, the Blue Ridge Rock Festival, or the fuck it is. And then they're all playing When We Were Young Fest.
Oof,
so they route it all the way to Las Vegas. Anyways. Lizzo put out a new single, About Damn Time. Got one word for this song as well. Bass.
Bass. Dude, the bass and the flute on this track were crazy. Like, I couldn't even focus on what she was saying. I know it was like a banger, whatever she was saying, but I was just, every time like the bass kind of kicked in and was, cranked up a little bit, I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then the flute came in, because she loves the flute. Like, she just plays it like on TikTok or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh my God." But she was killing it on the flute, and I was like, "There's no way that," I don't know, because I'm not like a flute person. I'm not like, "Ooh, turn on that
flute was crazy,
bro." Ooh, yeah, it's crazy. But like, this made me like, maybe I should get into flute music. I don't know.
Start playing the flute.
Dude, send me all the flute bands. Like, I'll interview them. I don't care. But yeah, this was very, very good. I liked this a lot.
Yeah, this was good.
Oh, sweet Lord. Five Finger Death Punch dropped a new single, Afterlife. Wow.
So, like, they put out a teaser for this song weeks ago. I was like, bro, this song's gonna crank, because it was like the beginning of that first chorus, I think, or maybe like, and I was like, bro, if the song sounds like this, it's gonna be crazy. And then the song didn't sound like that, and I was like, I listened to it, and I was very much disappointed. And then I kept listening to it because I was like, oh my God, it's new Five Finger Death Punch. It's my guilty pleasure band. Holy shit!
You have so many guilty pleasure bands.
It's trapped in Five Finger Death Punch, bro.
No. I thought you had another one. Who's another one? Trapped Five Finger Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit isn't a guilty pleasure at this point. It's just a pleasure.
It should be. It should be. Papa Roach.
No, it's not a guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure.
Oh my God.
I'm ashamed that I enjoy some of Five Finger Death Punch's music. I'm not ashamed that I enjoy Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach. You understand? I should be.
You should
but
be.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am I am aware and ashamed that I enjoy not all. I think most of their discography is boring, but a few of their records absolutely bang for Five Finger Death Punch. So today I admitted to Gloria that I was going to see them live, because she was trying to get me. Pollyanna just announced a tour they're going out with, Forever Came Calling, and I was like, yo, you should go to this Virginia date. And she was like, you should come too. You should sell merch for them. And I'm like, well, actually, that date is the same day as I'm planning on going to see Five Finger Death Punch. And she was like, I should be offended that you're going to go see Five Finger Death Punch instead of meet me, but I'm not.
I'm not surprised either. It sounds like a you thing.
Well, like I'm like conflicted as if I should go to this show or not, because it's like, it's Five Finger Death Punch, which is embarrassing in and of itself. It's $70 before fees.
Dude, it's gonna be like 80-year-olds there.
It's gonna be 80-year-olds and like military lovers, and it's gonna be horrible. Yeah. Now this is $80 for the back of the amphitheater. Like,
that's such a waste. That's literally such a waste. You're burning your money.
And then Megadeth, easily my favorite live band ever. Enjoyed the entire hour and 15 set that they played on the Metal Tour of the Year.
Of course.
Totally didn't text my friends the whole time talking about how bad Megadeth was. And how I really wish that Dave Mustaine would just stop speaking. So that was great. I can't wait to see them live again. I'm actually very excited to see The Who, because they're like
a classic, right?
Not even like classic. Like, they play like instruments that are like from like the before times, like really old, and it's like, and like
ooh, what is that instrument?
Like, my fucking, like, I remember my world history teacher playing a song by them like in my world history class, because like they like do like that cultural shit, like play like cultural instruments and stuff from like whatever time period that we were talking about at the time. So like, I'm very excited to see them.
That's kind of cool.
They played like headliners last year, but I didn't want to go, because like I don't like them enough to be like, I'm gonna go spend $60 to go watch you play for an hour and 15. But like, if I'm going to see Five Finger Death Punch and you're on the lineup, that's just a bonus. And then Fire from the Gods, I'm also kind of excited to see them, but I'm just grappling with this fact that like I don't want, like, I want to see 3 of the bands on the lineup, but the band that's gonna play for an hour at least, Megadeth, there's a lot of things there's a lot of things that I would rather do than see Megadeth again. So I was, because there's a couple of dates that they're not going to be on, but unfortunately the Jersey dates they will be on, both of them.
Oh wow. So you're lucky.
I'm super lucky.
A lot of people are probably envious of you, because they're like, God, you get to see Megadeth and not me.
So, but I'm also shocked that Five Finger Death Punch is taking out a band that big on tour. I didn't realize Five Finger Death Punch is that big. Like, I knew they were that big, but I didn't, you know?
How big were they?
And I would also just like to say, let's not forget about the tour that COVID took away from us, the Five Finger Death Punch headliner. It was Five Finger Death Punch, Papa Roach, I Prevail, Ice Nine Kills.
What is Ice Nine Kills doing on there?
Especially now, like that, I like all the bands on the bill, because at the time I was the same way about Papa Roach as I was Megadeth, and I was like, I don't want to see them.
You were based back then.
But now I'm like, those 4 bands in one evening, I would shit my pants.
Bro, you need help with your music taste.
I do need help.
Dude, that's a problem. Anyways, why is Ice Nine Kills on there? That's so confusing.
Anyways, why is I Prevail on there too?
I could care less about I Prevail. Save Ice Nine Kills. They're already off the bill.
Well, yeah, the tour got canceled, but
dissolved.
So anyways, back to the song. So I listened to it the first time, I was like, this sucks, but Guilty Pleasure Band put out a new song, so I have to keep listening to it until I like it. Of course. I like it now. I'm not proud of it.
You forced yourself to like it.
It's just like, I don't know, man. It's great. And they're already teasing their next single, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Put it in my veins. Love Five Finger Death Punch, and I'm not proud of it.
No, you shouldn't be. This song felt like it was like 20 minutes long. Yeah. It just kept going. It's only like 3.5 minutes. Not even 3.5. It's like 3 minutes flat. But it wouldn't end.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm sorry you liked it. I didn't mean that. I'm happy you liked it, Shane.
I'm not. Wind Waker put out a new single, Superstitious Fantasy. Fucking banger, bro.
Banger.
Putting out an album in a couple weeks. Very excited for it. Gonna be honest. Banger. Our Last Night dropped a new single, No Help. Banger. I liked this one. Banger. I also did like this one. And for the last song of the night, 100 Gex put out a new single, Doritos and Fritos. I'll go first. So it's not that I hated the song, because I thought out of all of the 100 Gex songs that I've been forced to listen to in my time, I thought that this one was actually pretty bearable, at least from like an instrumental kind of standpoint. Although if I have to hear Doritos and Fritos one more time, it might haunt me in my sleep. Obviously I get that, like, the whole point was like, it's supposed to be repetitive, like, yeah, no shit, Shane, like, obviously, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. I didn't like how fucking repetitive it was, even if that's the point. That annoyed the fuck out of me just a little bit. But for a 100 Gex song, it was bearable, and on the scale of 100 Gex enjoyment, I enjoyed it.
Wow, that's pretty good. I'm a 100 Gex stan.
Good God.
And you liked Me.
Did
I? Yeah, we were both like, this is really good. Okay. So, because it's you never really no. That one, it's that one.
All right, then. Well, I think I remember that now that you bring it up. And I think then I was like, oh, wow, like 100 Gex is becoming bearable or whatever. And it's like, they've got this new record coming out. And it's like, excited to see where they go with it, especially since these past couple of tracks have been semi-bearable. They're not Stupid Horse or Money Machine.
Okay, Money Machine
nuts
bangs so hard. It's such a good song.
So, you know, it's just like, I just thought the lyrics were too, like, I know it was repetitive, like, that's the point, but I didn't like the point.
That's fair. What I thought was interesting about this song is that it wasn't hyper pop. Does that make sense? It was because it wasn't like bass boosted, like super loud. Like, they had a little bass in there. They actually had instruments in there that wasn't like, well, they usually have like drums and stuff. At least in Me, they had drums that were like like they were turned all the way up, like higher than the
kind of like the Black Veil Brides mixing in New York.
It's an instrumental. That's what that entire show was. But I don't know. I like that they're kind of, well, actually, I don't know how I feel about them kind of, at least for this track, kind of leaning away from hyperpop, because it's like that's their thing, but it's also, it looks like they're trying to do like a mixture of hyperpop and kind of just alternative. Because this was like super tame for them, and it's kind of my least favorite track that I've heard from them because of that. Because I listen to 100 Gex and I'm like, wow, I just want to listen to this, you know. But because we're talking about 100 gags, did you see they performed at Coachella? You saw that, right?
That.
Yeah, you saw that they cut them off like mid Money Machine because Girl in Red went 20 minutes over her set.
Now you see, if I was in that crowd, I would have been like, "Oh, thank God!" But I understand why most people were upset. Personally, I was like, "Oh my God, you guys are saved!" But I understand why people are upset.
Yeah, because that's just it's so disrespectful. Like if Girl in Red went 20 minutes over, cut Girl in Red off. Don't cut off 100 gags because it's not their fault that they ran over, but it's also not Girl in Red's fault, but it's also her set time that kind of forced that.
Like, I mean, like at least in like the grand scheme of things, and I saw people on Twitter, it's like with a festival that big, like they have to cut someone. Should they have cut in the middle of the song? No, that's extremely unprofessional. Just let them play it like there was 30 seconds left of the song or whatever.
Literally, it's a minute and like 40 seconds.
Break their set down behind them. I don't fucking care. Like that's unprofessional. But if you're on a time crunch, break their shit down. But like,
don't turn their mic
on for the fucking extra 30 seconds. Like
exactly.
But it's like those festivals are on such tight time constraints that like if they get thrown off, then Harry Styles or whoever was headlining that night comes on 2 hours later. There's sound curfews. If Harry Styles doesn't play, people get mad. You know? So it's like they got to cut someone. But at the same time, I'm sure that there was someone like either in their in-ear or side stage. Like there's like clocks and shit that are like, you have this much time left. So it's like they knew how much time they had left and still went into the next song. And they're like, we're going to get this song done. Even though like...
But it's like it's their biggest song.
To get turned off? Probably not. But like, as a performer, it's like if you know you have 2.5 minutes left, or like let's say you have 5 minutes left. I don't know, like, and you got 3 songs left. Cut a track. Like you just like stare at each other and be like, "We're cutting this one," you know, or like talk to the crowd. Like if you guys can't like telepathically communicate, just like talk to the crowd for a minute, and then like at the same time be like, "Yo, we had the song on the set list, and like we have to cut it because of time constraints." But like that's okay.
Yeah,
So with all that aside, because like I'm sure that there were like people that were like, "Yo, you have this much left," and like I still don't think that Coachella should have cut their PA in the middle because that looks like dog shit for the festival. So that's my thing. But like I know that they went on stage like with a shorter set time than what they were originally supposed to have, and I think it was because did Girl in Red and 100 Gex both have like tech problems or something?
No, it was just Girl in Red who had tech problems, so her set got pushed up 20 minutes.
They should have just been like, "Oh, you had 20 minutes worth of tech problems, well then we can give you 20 minutes instead of the 30 that you were allotted."
Exactly.
And like leave it, and then like the festival's running 10 minutes behind, and then you go backstage and be like, "Okay, to get back on track, these 4 artists are playing for 30 minutes. Now you all have 25 minutes."
Exactly.
Cut a song.
But they just cut them off mid song. Like that could have been their last song, and the track is literally barely 2 minutes. That's why I'm like, how are you going to cut them off on their shortest track, their biggest song, and then like, as you said, cut the PA? They had to shout to the crowd to tell them that their set was over.
This isn't a technical difficulty. We just got told to go fuck ourselves.
Exactly, and it's like their first like big festival. Like they performed it at Buku, but it's like that's Coachella.
That's the biggest festival in the world.
Exactly. That's like I don't know. That's sour. That's not good. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, that doesn't sit right with me. But then I also looked into it because I was like, I want to know why it happened. So
and they didn't just cut it off for no reason. They weren't like, "Oh, turn this off."
So yeah. Boo. So that's all the shit we got to talk about. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. You can follow us on Instagram. It's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Every single audio streaming service ever. Guess what it is? Good Noise Podcast. That's our name.
Ooh, didn't see that coming.
Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com, and Patreon is patreon.com/goodnoisepodcast. Glorious got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, and your important plugs, and then we're going to sign off. We got a late interview tonight.
God. Okay. Dang, I thought some big tour was announced for somewhere near me, but no, it's just another band I don't know.
8:30 at night?
Dude, they're announcing Godspeed You, Black Emperor on Monday, 4/25. Tickets available at the National VA. I don't know who that is. No disrespect to you. Anyways, thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother, my uncle, Matt from Pulse's, Jeremy, Brady, Zari, and Eric. And to our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover, Kahadli, Sam, and Matt, again, from Pulse's. Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. You rock. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Please wear your mask at shows. Get your vaccine if you can. If you can't, please just wear your mask. Just because COVID cases are kind of on the rise again. Woo! Surprise there. We took away masks and now COVID's coming back. Who saw that coming?
Not me.
Exactly. And I'm seeing a lot of like tour pictures of just people not wearing masks. And then they're all surprised when it's like, guys, I got COVID from the Heart Attack Man show. Sarah, you weren't wearing a mask. It makes no sense to me. I don't know. Please just wear your mask. That's it. Be a good person. I don't know. That's my plug.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we've been the Good Noise Podcast. We'll see you next week. Talk about more music. Bye.
Bye.